I'm glad to see you at Comfort Life Channel today. In this video, we are going to prepare a very good natural, antibacterial and whitening mouthwash. Well, mouthwash is actually a good thing to have on hand if you want your mouth to be nice and fresh and clean and your teeth to be healthy and in our case, white. Right, because we are going to use baking soda to give soda like whitening effect to this mouthwash. Well, the thing is that unfortunately most of the conventional mouthwashes are, they are very easy to use. You just buy them and use them, but they contain lots and lots of ingredients that are not good for you, specifically toxic ingredients. Most of them are sweetened with artificial sweeteners. They are using synthetic flavors. They're using colors. All these things that are not good for you, for your family, and especially for your kids. And to add more, they use lots of alcohol in it. It contains lots of alcohol. So basically, if you just grab one and take a look at the ingredient list, it will be like another chemistry lesson. All in all, in this video, we're preparing a very easy, simple to use and effective mouthwash that you will like, your kids will like it as well, and it's safe and it's effective, so I just love it. So let's move to the recipe. So as I've mentioned before, this recipe will help you to whiten your teeth, strengthen your gums, and remove bacteria from your mouth. So this recipe is extremely simple to make, and we shall need 3 cups of filtered or distilled water. And I'm using a mason jar for this recipe, so it will be a mason jar full for you to use, but make sure that of course you could double or triple the recipe, but it's better not to do a lot at one shot because you will store it in the refrigerator and it normally lasts about 2 weeks. So basically after 2 weeks you will need to make a new batch. So I think this is just more than enough for the whole family to use. And as I said, 3 cups of distilled and filtered water. So because I have a cup which fits only 2 cups, I warmed it up, so I have 2 cups of warmed water and 1 cup of water already in the jar, so you basically can just warm it up all together. And then we shall need 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of sea salt. So let me just put everything in here. So 2 teaspoons of baking soda. We just need everything to be dissolved, so we have this mouthwash ready, but make sure that baking soda normally it settles down and you will need to shake it well before every use, but I guess that's not really a big deal, right? So, and then 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Sea salt will definitely dissolve, no big deal. And while dissolving the sea salt in here, we're moving to the next ingredient, which is going to be walnut oil, which is what I have on hand. You can also use sesame oil as well, and you will need just a little bit, just half a teaspoon of it. So I just make sure I have half a teaspoon of walnut oil. Here you go. And it's almost ready. Because normally, mouthwash, some people like it sweetened, so some people even add honey to their mouthwash, like homemade mouthwash recipes. If you would like to have it sweetened, you could definitely use honey. Use no more like, I would say 1 teaspoon to begin with and see how it goes. And a mouthwash is something that's supposed to be fresh, right? And then have peppermint flavor in it. So no big deal here. We could definitely get some, if you want, this is absolutely optional. You could get some peppermint essential oil and even tea tree oil as well. So you won't need to use a lot of these oils. I would just use like, from 2 to 4 drops of peppermint oil. Here you go. It goes really fast. And like, oh, you will feel the smell already. And just like 2 drops of tea tree oil, because tea tree oil is really strong and I will need a lot. If you feel like you could use a little bit more, just experiment with it and see how it goes. In it, you could use spearmint oil as well. And I know some people, instead of using the distilled water, they use peppermint tea, which probably a very good idea as well. So once you have everything fully dissolved, it actually looks fully dissolved. It doesn't really look like baking soda will settle down. I pour everything into the mason jar. Well, basically you use any jar that is convenient for you, so I think the glass sort of container is the best. And now you close it and you will need to store it in the refrigerator for 2 weeks. If you're using peppermint oil, you will definitely love the smell. It is so good and I already want to use it. You will use this mouthwash exactly the same way you would use any other mouthwash. Just make sure you shake it well before you use it if any baking soda settles down, and just swish it in your mouth like for 1 or 2 minutes and then spit it out. Make sure you don't swallow any mixture, even though it's natural, it's not really recommended, and you will really like it because it's natural, and unlike conventional brands, it has no bleach in it, and will keep your smile really nice and clean, and it will keep your mouth fresh and clean as well. So there's nothing really else you want to have from a good mouthwash. And probably the last reason I like this recipe is because we're definitely using baking soda here in order to have some whitening effect. Well, every single time, let's say I buy some whitening gel or something, I really feel that my teeth become sensitive, and I don't really like that, and it doesn't seem to be a good thing, right? Let's say if you're using baking soda to brush your teeth with, you definitely cannot do it on a regular, like everyday basis, because it will also ruin the enamel of your teeth, so you need to do it just once in a while. This recipe contains baking soda in it, and it does have a whitening effect, but it doesn't ruin your enamel even if you use it every single day. So that's really a good point. So our natural antibacterial whitening mouthwash is ready. It is so simple to make, as you've just seen, and I think it's worth making. And of course, as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Put the thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to my channel. I wish you guys to stay very happy, very healthy, help each other, love each other, and smile just as much as you can.